I was actually amateur coach for a club in Essex for about 8 or 9 years, and then I met Dillian through an old friend of mine. I used to train with his son, and then he's put me off the track now.
He was training with a friend's son.
Yes, I was training with and Leroy Harris, and basically I hadn't seen Leroy for a long time, and then we bumped into each other after a while, and he said, "Look, I'm working with this young lad, this young boxer. I think he's very talented. I want you to have a look at him." I've been working with Dillian since mid-2009. So, like I say, he had a few amateur bouts for my club, Chadwell St Mary in Essex. He had 6 amateur bouts, won all 6, and then we had to turn him pro sooner than we'd liked to have turned him pro, but that's how it happened. Basically, because he had prior to me working with him, he had some MMA fights, kickboxing matches, and there was an issue with the ABA had some issues with his MMA background. So consequently, they took the medical card away from us. So, like I say, we had to turn him pro. I mean, for me as his coach, I made the match, and he beat. It was a good win. Yeah. You know, it was convincing. I mean, Dillian knocked him down, I think, in the second round. That was going into the bout. Anthony was 3-0. I mean, Anthony's a great boxer, very, very, very talented, like Dillian. But right now, Dillian is the only English boxer to beat Anthony. And really, the story's there. Potentially, if and when Anthony goes into the pros, you know, the history's already there, you know, and it could make for a great money-spinning fight in years to come. So we'll have to wait and see. But I think Dillian's just been modest. It was a good win. It's down to him. You know, he's looked at the landscape. Obviously, I know he's had big pro offers from all the major promoters, both in the UK and abroad in Europe. You know, and he's looked at the landscape and thought, well, let me just give it another few years maybe. And also the funding that the GB is on. Now he's won the gold medal. That funding is going to be increased. So whatever the ABA have offered him, it's got to be a good sort of deal for him to say, well, actually, and maybe he feels he just needs another year, 2 years, really. The Commonwealth Games in 2014. So, I mean, he's still, although he's very talented, he's still raw, you know. And I think what you have to look at now is when you look at amateur boxing is completely different to professional boxing. And yes, Anthony Joshua is a good, talented boxer. He's got a lot of ability, but can he make the transition from a top amateur to a professional? Yeah.
You've got to say that.
Yeah, I know, I've got it right there. Otherwise, it's going to be a big argument in the room tonight. About Dillian, what I like working with Dillian is he's very focused. You know, he's really, really focused. He knows what he wants. He knows what he's got to do to get there. And in answer to your question, I've been really, really happy. And I'm not just saying that because he's like 5 feet away from me, but no, I've been really happy with how he's been sparring with Vitali. It's brought him on. You know, he's tried a few things and it hasn't worked, but other times he's tried some things and he's had a bit of modicum of success. You know, so really it's about learning, and he's here to learn. He's very, very, very enthusiastic, and yeah, it's going really well. As a coach, yeah, I think I have. Just really, the whole setup. Really, they're very, very, very organised. They've been very, very welcome. Vitali and the whole team has been very welcoming. Dave, the camp coordinator, you know, Aldo, Vitali's coach, Fritz. I mean, literally, just to learn how to wrap hands. You know, I'm a sort of relatively new coach to the pros and stuff like that, which is really important. Just how to wrap hands is really useful. You know, so yeah, I think we've both really taken on a lot of, you know, stuff that we can use in the future, really. We get up in the morning, go running, do our weights. So everyone, you know, the guests, the staff, they've been really, you know, welcoming and polite, really. So, you know, can't ask for anything else.